items. However, I will not be collecting any compasses or maps throughout the dungeons, because with this walkthrough, you will not need them. The main intention of this walkthrough is to help people that maybe never played the game before, wanted to, or tried to play the game but couldn't beat it. Also, it could also benefit those who have beaten the game and possibly struggled all the way up to experts that you may learn a trick or two. This walkthrough is designed to make it the easiest way possible to beat this game. It's not necessarily going to be the fastest route. This is not a speed run. However, I will be completing the game faster than most 100% walkthroughs that you will find. Be a little backtracking, but there will be no starting and restarting. I will be completing the game on one fell swoop all the way through. I will be doing live commentaries throughout this walkthrough. That's mostly to tell people what I am doing and why I am doing it, and also to explain things that you should not do. With that being said, there might be mild sentence fragments and things of that nature, because I'll be talking as I'm playing and may get interrupted. I also will be making random comments, things like that. You may hear me throw out a vulgarity or two. So it is rated PG-13, but hopefully it adds to the overall entertainment. With all that being said, I hope that everyone finds this both informative and entertaining. Enjoy.
All right, so as you heard, the first part of this is I always find it to be a little bit more fun when you give your character an insulting name, because you're going to be reading this name throughout the whole time you're playing, and it just adds a little bit of extra humor. So we're going to go with stupid. Now, as I stated previously, this is not a speed run. This is basically going to be the easiest way to beat this game. And if you've never played this game before or tried and struggled, follow my directions and you should be able to beat this game very easily. I listen very well. Now, I get this lamp right away. In some speed run walkthroughs, they do not, but I found it to be the easiest without having to worry about dying later on. Now, a lot of this I'm going to skip. Later on in the game, I'll explain when is a good time to go and explore. You can talk to these guards if you want. They're just going to basically tell you to go home. Again, I don't listen very well, so I'm going to do very minimal talking to people. I'm just going to kind of go through the game. I may point out a thing or two about the story, but you're more than free to go about the story. Boy, my uncle got really far, huh? Get up, old man! Come on, you lazy ass! Alright, fine, I'll do it myself. See, that's a part I got to skip because I got the lamp already over there. That's another place where you could get it. Here's a little trick. Pick up the bushes versus swipe with your sword, because they don't hear that. The guards do the ones that will react, like this one right here. Just walk right by them. You're going to notice a big key to this game is avoiding fights versus getting in them. So, especially at this beginning part when you only have 3 hearts. I always start to the left when you enter into this castle. I don't know how he didn't see me, but he didn't. Okay. Now this guy we have to kill, so this is what that technique was that your uncle was trying to tell you about. And if you stay to the side of his sword, this is some map, I think. That was by accident. stay to the side of his sword, you can get a free clean hit on him. I like to do that just for fun, plus it's an easy way to eliminate him. These pots are going to be a good friend of yours at the beginning here, because they hurt more than your sword can hurt them. Now, this isn't the fastest way, but once again, it is the safest way and easiest. Here again, we do have to kill this particular person. See how I'm staying above his sword? And there's going to be another one in here. And I just totally biffed it. Okay. This is going to be very useful, especially at these beginning stages, because not only is this good for collecting little items, but it will stun those guards, so you can just have your time taking them down. Perhaps a demonstration. Now this part, this guy you're about to face is a pain in the butt, so takes 2 of these and he's dead. Thank you, stupid. Don't ever choose not at all unless you really want to listen to everything they just told you all over again. The rich bitch. Again, gonna follow that same path. And this way will take us even further. Oh, and one other thing. I'm using an FC Twin emulator to play this game. My Super Nintendo no longer works, and the reaction time on this thing isn't always perfect. So you may notice me facing the wrong direction at times, which just makes it more of a challenge, but hopefully it can relate to those that are beginners. But I will do my best to make it as perfect as I can. We're going to jump down here. We went right instead of left. And then we're just going to see if we can make it to the door without this guy catching us. Alright. Now we can go to the throne room. Lucky for us, these guys don't know how to climb stairs. Alright. Easiest way to remember this, you stick to the right. And here we go. Now, it's always a good idea to have your sword ready to go, especially for this. If you don't get hit like I did before. This part is definitely a good idea. Thank you. Now again, we're going to go to the right, and then we're going to go up. Jeez. Stop staying in the water. Ah, princess in the sewer. Gotta have fun. Alright, now I recommend hugging this wall. You only have to deal with one bat that way. Now, the mouse we're looking for is this one. It's always the one in the far left. I don't understand why that is for a game that's pretty much random. There's a couple things in it that are always the same, and that being one of them. Oh, you guys are cheap. I'm just looking for a little extra cash. Alright. Gold. Alright, again to the right. And she only gives you those instructions if you're walking towards the correct one. If you pull the other one, I think bombs or more mice or snakes fall down on top of you. Blah, blah, blah. Out of my way. No pressure. Alright, now we're going to do what I call heart hunting. One of the ways that I make this very easy to beat the game and easy to follow is that before every castle I try to have the maximum amount of life as possible. In order to do that, we have to collect pieces of heart. Here's your good old boomerang into play. So the first piece of heart, an item we're going to get, is up here. Power up your sword for this stupid thing. Thank you, sir. So we're going to fall down here. Pretty simple. That will come in handy later in the game. Some of his ex-members are at the entranceway to the desert. Alright. Now this may not seem like much, but this piece of rotten mushroom is actually a big key to making this game very, very easy, especially later in the be a ABC. Alright, now we're going to go into the village. And we are going to go after a second piece of heart, some bombs, and cash. As you can see, it takes 4 pieces of heart in order to fill a hole, and then once that does, our 4 little heart containers at the top will turn into 5. 1 coin short. How perfect. Alright, so we're not going to do that right this minute. We're going to go first visit here and rob this guy's house. I really need that many pieces of heart at this point. Okay, so one way that you can always tell, hear that tinging sound, compared to that, that's how you know that you can bomb that wall. There's a little trick to this, without having to leave the room and come back, is you can only move these blocks once. You go around to this side, move that one down. I'm rich, biatch. Just kidding. Now the main reason why I'm collecting so many coins, because we're going to want around 900 in order to make this game very easy, and we want to collect the 900 by the time we're done with the second pendant. Now I never understood this. Okay, he tells you to hold it up in the air like you are to show it off. Now go try buying one from him later. Oh, I'm sold out. Okay, then what was the purpose of me doing that if you're sold out right away? First, we're going to scare this guy away. Rah! Just for fun, we'll go and talk to this little kid. Somehow this little kid knows exactly where we're supposed to go. Now we're going to go get our second jar. Have a little fun with the chicken. No animals were hurt in the making of this video, by the way. He gives us a very useful item. It's just fun. Okay, so now we only have one bomb left. So rather than try to pay for more, we're going to use it bombing this door right here. It's a little item free, or a free item shop, I guess. Really? Dude. Come here, you little shit. So we got a few more bombs now. As of right now, the village is very peaceful. Got this nice music playing in the background. After you get the Master Sword, it just becomes like everywhere else. There's a lot of people you can talk to in this village. Up here, there's your guy that's going to help you with your sword later on, but he's missing his partner, so that becomes a mission later on as well. I'll show you how to do all that. In here, once we get the boots, this is where we're going to get the book in order to read the language of the whatever people. Now, some people will do this after they get the boots, because you can actually run through walls like this that are like pretty much just saying, hey, it's barely up there. But since I have the bombs and I want to get my fourth piece of heart without having to travel too much further, we're taking care of it now. Those were quarreling brothers. Now, I used to go the long way on this, but if you go this way, it's so much faster. I didn't know you could hop that fence. Alright. Okay, now we're good to go. Now, before we head over to the first pendant that we gotta go get, we're gonna have one minor detour. Get me away from you. We're gonna go make use of this mushroom that we have first and actually walk right through him. Wow, he didn't hit me. How about that? Excuse me. Remember, just try to avoid as many fights as you possibly can. Haha. Why do you gotta hang out where I need to go? And if it costs you a couple hearts to get to this point, don't worry, we'll get filled up in a second. Give her that mushroom, and she says later, which means you just exit and then go back. It's later. Go inside, and here it is. It's one of the biggest keys to beating this game rather easily. I'll be showing you that in the castle. Alright, now we have to worry about these nuts coming back here. Haha, I threw a bush at you. Oh, you dick. Okay. And we're off. Okay, now coming up here is going to be that old man that the guy had told us to go talk to. Get away. You could go down there and talk to him. He's just basically going to tell you to go over to this castle and get the pendant, and then he'll give you something. If you want to go talk to him, you can. If you do, then there's a ladder up there. Follow along to the left here. So there's a ladder, follow this way, avoid these guys, and this should be the only one of these that you have to fight. Because he's blocking the way. Thank you. Drop down here. Be quick. Get around this guy. Pull out your boomerang. Here we go, castle number 1. Now this castle, you can tell is the first one. It's very straightforward. You don't even have to kill those guys, but I usually do because they're pretty generous with coins. So like I said, we're going to need a decent amount of them. Now here's a little trick. Go behind here. Payday. We don't have to drop down there and have to deal with that crap again. We can go back the way we came. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is go left. These skeleton guys you'll be seeing throughout the whole game. They're annoying, as you can see. You can really kill them by trapping them in the corner. In this part, you have jars, which will make life a lot easier. What's up, buddy? That, I believe, is the map or compass. Don't care. Don't need it. You can talk to the old man if you want, right there. Now, the next thing we're going to do is fill up those jars that we got with what I call talisman of rebirths, or fairies, using the bug catching net that the sick kid gave us. What those do basically is if you fight until you die, they bring you back to life and fill you up your hearts. I believe it's up to 7 hearts. So seeing as how we only have 5 right now, it'll give us full life back. So basically 2 free lives. Now hurry, because wherever those things were when you entered this room, that's exactly where they'll be when you go back into that room, which we're going to once we get this key here. And now this time, go down as quickly as you can. This part can be kind of annoying. Oh, especially if you mess up like I did. Okay, let's see if we can trap him in the corner here. Get me away from you. Let's try this again. Yo. Now once we kill this last little thing, whatever it is, here they go. Try to avoid them at all costs. They take away both your power and your magic every time they hit you. Oh, come on. Stop being dicks. Seriously? Go! You can only move them once, so obviously you should move that one. And you can always drop down that hole again and get more fairies if need be. But after we get this, we gotta move your ass. Now the easiest way to beat these things, because you do have to kill at least one of them. That wasn't even the right one. Jesus, I'm doing horrible. There we go. Take them on one at a time. Now I'm going to show you what this can do. Turn them into a fairy. So you cannot kill these things otherwise. All you can do is just dodge them and avoid them. And that room that we were in, that I had to kill all the things in the room, and then four of these things that are bouncing around right now came out. That is the one room that you cannot use the magic powder on those things. I don't understand it. Just those particular ones are unaffected by it. So this one, again, just go after one of them. And if you're slick, you don't have to even fight the rest. Now we want to go to the upper left thing. Now the red ones, you cannot use your sword or anything else on besides, or the jars. You can only use arrows. So you fire 2, and they're done. Now, aha. Not quite quick enough. Alright, so I start a little bit to the right. Once they start vibrating, start firing. Try not to waste them. Your arrows, that is. We'll take a few for each one to die. Relatively painless. So that is the end of the first pendant. And like they say, we're going to go take it to the old man, as I call him, and get our boots. Hope it was informative. Stay tuned for the next one.